Bottom line is it's math. You're already seeing central banks stuck, and the Federal Reserve is also stuck. It's mathematics at this point. It's game over. There is no way out.
Do you find it odd, Bill, that a lot of these mainstream outlets, they're never talking about precious metals? Like we have cryptos came out that is basically crashing this week and nobody's talking about silver or gold?
Nothing about the mainstream media surprises me. I'm on the record saying that the easiest way to decipher something true versus false is whatever side mainstream media takes is wrong. For mainstream media to ignore gold and silver, why would that? I mean, we've been doing this for 20 years plus. It does not surprise me at all because the official narrative has been dollar good, gold / silver bad. So, they're not going to say anything about gold or silver. They're not going to bring it up. They don't want any questions asked because it is the exit. Gold and silver are the exit. And, the powers that be fully understand that. And they don't want people to understand that the way out from in front of trouble is gold and silver.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I don't really watch CNBC that much anymore, or much at all. I see a lot of clips on social media of CNBC, but whenever it seems like the only time they bring up gold, for example, is when they're talking about Bitcoin or other cryptos, and it's always to cast gold as sort of this archaic old thing that is being replaced, and that's been sort of the narrative the past couple of years. The only time gold gets brought up is in sort of contrast to Bitcoin, but we've had this sort of crypto Bitcoin crash in the past couple of months. Bitcoin's down, 60 some odd %, maybe more, if someone wants to do the math. But you haven't seen that narrative change. They're not talking about gold or silver in any sort of positive light. Gold's held up it's been one of the best performing assets this year. It's up slightly, whereas most of the market is down. Tech has crashed. Crypto's crashed. Gold's up a few percentage points. Why is that?
Well, gold and oil are the only two things really that are up this year. Understand this crypto crash. It's price. I mean, you're seeing the cryptos crashing price wise. They're down anywhere from 60 to 90% from their highs. But the real key in the crypto market now is you've got exchanges themselves that are going under. You have stable coins that have broken the buck. You have exchanges that are telling people you can't have your money. I mean, that is a disaster waiting to happen. On top of that, something else that's going on that has gotten almost no press at all is that there are actually bank runs now in China. It started 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it turns out these QR codes turn red. In other words, you're not allowed to leave your vicinity. If you're somebody who lost money and planning to go protest, your QR code's red, and then they just haul you away.
That's crazy.
So there's your danger right there on QR codes, is that they can prevent you from protesting. They can prevent you from leaving your immediate area. They can prevent you from going to another area to buy food or what have you. So, I mean, that's another thing that the media has completely ignored. And trust me, a bank run in China is, I mean, if this spreads, you're looking at game over.
So as silver and gold investors, what you see this attitude on Wall Street Silver on our Reddit community. Some people are crying all the time, but why isn't silver or gold up? Other people take the attitude of, hey, if it's cheap right now, take advantage of it. This is the last chance you're going to get. Buy as much as you can while it's artificially cheap, because this ain't going to last. Is that sort of the attitude you're taking at this point?
Well, my attitude toward that is anybody who's whining about it, I just tell them, shut up and sell your silver and go away.
We'll take it.
because
I'll take
you're
it.
holding gold, and you're holding silver for, at this point, you're holding it for the end game.
Right.
You're holding it for the very end. And what we're looking at is the end of empire. That's what's happening in the West. That's what's happening in the US. It is end of empire. So do you want to go through that end of empire sitting on dollars or euros or yen or what have you? Or do you want to sit on real money, God's money, gold and silver? I mean, if you're doing this to protect yourself and get yourself into whatever the next system is going to look like with real wealth, there's only two ways to do it: gold and silver.
That's a good point, what you just brought up with the yen and the euro. The gold is already setting new highs against the yen and the euro. It's at all-time highs right now.
Right.
And we'll add that chart to the screen. So in dollar terms, yes, we're about what, $200 below the high, all-time high. But I think it's just a matter of time before it happens in dollars also. Right now the yen is totally falling apart. They've reached the end game. The market's lost confidence in what the Japanese central bank's doing with their yield curve control and their unlimited QE. Europe's having all these problems where they can't stop QE because they've got to keep supporting Greece, Italy, Spain, and those other basket case countries. It's just a matter of time here for the US. We're going to follow. But right now, the dollar looks like the least worst in the dirty laundry basket, right? That's what's the only thing holding us back at this point.
The bottom line is it's math. You're already seeing central banks stuck. Mm-hmm. And the Federal Reserve is also stuck. It's mathematics at this point. It's game over. There is no way out.